It's a good time to feel good about killing Nazis. With that, here's 5 things we know for certain thanks to our hands-on playthrough with Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus. Before we jump in, there's a few things to note. The gameplay you're seeing is from a pre-release version of the game. It's unfinished, there's some bugs and goofs you might see. I might even highlight some of them for comic effect. To that end though, the game had a bug you might not be able to see. There was some input lag and we had to play on controllers. As a result, I probably look worse at games than I actually am, which I can't abide. I don't look like Polygon playing Doom or anything, but I still look a bit rough around the edges. Wolfenstein is a punishing shooter as it is. Add input lag and a control system best suited to platformers, and I look much worse than I actually am. If you want to fight about it, come find me in Pachinki. Anyway, on to the list. Number 1. BJ Blazkowicz lost his dick before the beginning of Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus. In the opening scene, BJ wakes from a coma and checks himself out in the mirror. As any dude who has been in a coma will tell you though, the first thing you do when you wake from a coma is you check inside your undies to see if your dick is still intact. The only reason BJ doesn't is because he already knows his crotch area resembles Cthulhu's face, except someone painted it pink. Circumstantial, you say? In this next scene, a heavily pregnant Anya comes to help BJ out of a bind. He calls her fat because he's a dickless moron.
You've gotten so fat.
Zed says we're having twins.
It's a good thing you're having twins, BJ, because your penis now resembles the head of a mop made out of ham. The final piece of evidence comes from Frau Engel. Everyone knows Germans can pierce a person's soul and isolate their greatest insecurities to make them feel small. Good luck making BJ feel small though. His nethers look like cooked spaghetti strands made from salami.
Is this how a hero looks like? A crippled wretch of a man being in a tomb! Everyone will see what a useless joke you are. Loslassen.
Number 2. Nobody knew being in a wheelchair could be so complicated. Obviously people know being in a wheelchair is complicated. Still, when the game kicks off and BJ is chair bound, it does a good job of making you feel hampered, but still fully capable. Your movement is a little bit off. You don't have the same range of traversal, stairs are a challenge. You're grateful that this submarine has so many elevators. But you can still shoot Nazis and get to health packs when you need to. I think they've done a great job of finding a balance. Number 3. I've no idea how Mele works, I guess. BJ has a hatchet. Sometimes he will throw the hatchet. Sometimes he will not throw the hatchet. Most of the time, when he throws the hatchet, he throws it like losing his dick in that accident resulted in him having a pitching arm like a wacky inflatable tube guy. Sometimes when you press melee, he will throw the hatchet, and sometimes when you want to throw the hatchet, he will just melee. I am honestly lost for answers.
Wir arbeiten doch gut zusammen. Ja?
Number 4. Nazis are in America. It's a touchy subject considering the political climate of America at the moment, but in Wolfenstein II, the Nazis run America and they're a-okay with being complete dickholes about it. Unlike The Man in the High Castle, which tried to be a bit more reserved about the concept, Wolf 2 goes full-blown Nazi propaganda, as evidenced by this redone version of Roswell, New Mexico. On the one hand, it's confronting seeing Ku Klux Klan members wandering the street like it's nothing in full gear, or garb, or hoods and shit. On the other, it's good seeing them cop shit for not being able to speak German. Number 5. Stealth is still important, and not that good. Stealth is still a huge part of Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, just as it was in the first game. And once again, it's sort of in a tricky grey area where it's competent enough to make you feel like you need to sneak, while at the same time not feeling that good systems-wise. It's interesting because Wolfenstein comes from a company that publishes games like Dishonored and Prey, which both had pretty decent stealth systems. Wolfenstein doesn't really have that. If you fail to stealth your way out to the alarm though, you will find yourself facing off against wave after wave of enemies, and that's probably more than you can handle. It's more than I could handle, especially with input lag and playing on a controller. At the end of the day, Wolfenstein 2 is pretty much more Wolfenstein, and that's a good thing. It's more of the creative B-movie writing that made the first game such a pleasure to play. More giant sprawling levels, more punishing shooter mechanics, and more excuses to kill Nazis. It's out October 27, and provided they can fix those Mele quirks, I'll be reporting for duty front and center. On PC though, and without any input lag preferably. Wait. BJ Blasted Dicks. That's his new name. Catch you later.